part of the LGBTQ plus, you will be put in prison or killed. Always about individual beefs between prime ministers and presidents. They've got individual arguments and beefs with each other. We're gonna go to war. We're not asking for this. Basically, they're trying to pass a law, and any talk, anything to do with Jesus, prison time.
That's crazy.
Will Smith, the slap heard around the world. But I feel like it was a setup. Fuck the Oscars, and I think they're racist.
Can you shut up, please?
Oh my days.
If you're a civilian and you see someone, then yeah, snitch.
I thought, I'm gonna die. I'm dying. This is it. I'm dead. But I got to close the distance, yeah. So I went for a double leg, didn't I?
You tried wrestling him.
Welcome back to episode 7 of the Glasshouse podcast. If you've come for transparent views and breaking news, you're at home, baby. All right, we're just trying something out in here. It's a tagline. Well, we've tried doing this about 7 times without laughing.
Oh, we might have to clip that. Oh, God.
Listen, I think it's biased. Like, I come up with it. It's if you come for transparent views, glass, breaking news, we break the glass at home. It's the house. Do you know what I mean?
I get what you mean.
It's bars. It's bars.
It's not bars, but it's good.
It's kind of bars. But yeah. Fucking hell, where are we?
Just thank you to everyone.
Oh yeah, thanks to everyone who watched.
Fuck it.
I don't know what's going on. Thanks to everyone who watched last episode. If you haven't yet, make sure you check it out. It was in my opinion, our most successful episode, although it's not done the best views out of all the other episodes, right? But the main thing for me was people were staying when they were watching it. So like the average viewer time of the podcast was the highest by every other single episode than better, which for me is great, but we just need to get more eyes on because people are obviously clearly starting to enjoy it a lot more,
I think people actually thought that was the most interesting one we done.
Potentially.
Which is, it's a good thing. At least, like, we're not, like I said, we're not being stagnant about it. So, but by the way, we are not professionals. So we sometimes just like mess up. Like the beginning, just then, we literally spent 10 minutes trying to do that tagline.
Yeah.
We're not professionals at the end of the day, and we're just gonna.
But yeah, we're enjoying it though. We are enjoying it.
We are 5 away. Are we 5 still?
5 away. Yeah,
5 away from 100, man. 5. That's a big deal for us both.
Yeah, we're gonna have some ideas for like a 100 sub. You know.
It is a big deal though. Like honestly, like, it's a genuine big because
it's our first milestone.
Yeah, it's hard to get people to subscribe. Clearly, like,
yeah,
do you know 100%. What I mean? So,
you know, we're 10% away from potentially getting paid to do this. You know, we can go part time.
I honestly, like, every week though, I look forward to coming in here and doing it. So
yeah, 100%.
I really do.
100%. So yeah, if you're watching, appreciate it. If you're here already, drop a like, if you will. That'd be great. If we can get to 10 likes. I like a little goal of 10 likes. 10 likes.
Oh, 10 likes should be doing.
We're more than capable of doing 10 likes. If we can get it to 20, even better. But
I know 10 people who watch this podcast. So if they don't like this video, I know one of them's lying to me.
Your mom's a hoe.
Yeah, I will not be talking to you.
But yeah, if we can like the video and comment whatever. If you want to comment, well done boys, or boys, that was shit. You know, whatever you want to comment, just comment, because that does help us get on the algorithm a lot more. It creates really more impressions on the podcast so people can get to watch it. So any support right now, while it's just so very little, will be more than helpful. But anyway.
But seriously, even for people like who don't know us, who are watching from like a different country who don't know us, like it's weird for us that you're watching us. But it's also good, so thank you.
Yeah.
Just listen, we're not going anywhere, so
yeah. So but yeah, appreciate it, and if you are here, subscribe. Anyway, as we do at the start of our episodes, we like to ask how we are and what we've done for the week. Because although we are brothers, most of the times we don't care how each other feel.
Genuinely don't.
But we're trying to make it a good habit. So
genuinely don't.
Joe, Michael, how was your week, buddy?
My week's been fine. It's been chilling. It's been very boring because I am a boring person. I don't do much. I stay at home.
Show your slippers, please.
Well, they're not my slippers, but can they see it?
Bro, come on.
They're not my slippers, but I've jacked them, so they are mine now. They was my missus, but she said they're wet inside because I sweat.
Ugh, bro.
So yeah, they're mine now.
Okay.
She just give them to me. But I'm genuinely like I'm boring. I go work and look after my kids. Like I'm a boring person.
That's not boring.
It is boring.
It's not.
I've still been fasting though. I haven't been. Oh, by the way, I hope everybody, all of our Muslim friends, have a good Ramadan as well.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Yeah, I've been fasting still. I haven't been as strict though as I previously have been.
Oh.
I know.
He's
I
relapsing.
Know. But no, hell no. No. But today I went. I went. 8 o'clock last night was my last bit of food, and then 4 o'clock today I ate.
Nice. I ate quite late today, about 4 or 5 o'clock as well. Yeah. Then I stopped then until about 9.
I had a McDonald's.
Yeah, do you know what? I've only had one slip up in the last 2 weeks. And Sunshine don't even know this, but when she went out with her friends somewhere.
Nah, you ordered food.
I ordered a cookie dough.
That was it?
Yeah, and some chicken strips.
Yeah, oh yes, I know the place.
I relapsed bad, bro. I woke up, I was like, I need, you know? But since then, though, I've been alright, man. I haven't done anything like...
No,
I've lost 3 kg.
I need to weigh myself, actually. But no, like, before I come out, like, even, like, I'm not saying, like, I look like I've just dropped a bit, you know?
Yeah.
And, I've been doing good. I tell you what, though, today, this is the only interesting thing that happened during my whole week, and it was today I was on a bus. Finished work and I took the boy over to the field, went to the park, went back home, jumped on a bus, and the bus was heaving. I mean heaving. And even in tight spaces like that still, I get a bit, because people smell, people cough,
buses stink, man.
They sneeze, they everything. And there was a woman on her phone. Orientation, is that the right word? She was like Southeast Asia.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So like Japanese, Chinese, Korean.
Okay,
she could have been one of them. Like I don't know, I don't think. But she was quite loud on the phone.
Yeah.
She was quite loud, and this 12-year-old girl turns around and goes to her, "Can you shut up, please?"
Oh my days.
So the woman then got quiet. She got pretty quiet.
Yeah.
But what I didn't realise is the 12-year-old sitting in front of her, and her mum is sitting across.
Oh.
So her mum is going to the girl, do it again. So the girl turns around this time and she goes, "Listen, I'm not going to tell you again. Can you shut the
Oh my days, man.
So like, everyone's looking like, yo, what? Now if I didn't have the boy, I would have been like, yo, because I felt like that was some type of like, I don't know. Like,
targeted.
Yeah. I don't think if it was me making that noise or if it was somebody
She wouldn't
else,
have said it. No.
she wouldn't have said anything. And I just felt like it's just, and you could just tell they were just tramps as well.
What's the sad thing in it? Well, I mean, like, your kids are a version of you. Like, how you are most of the time as a parent is what your kids end up like being, you know? If you're one of the lucky ones that don't end up like your parents, then, you know, that's a lot of credit to you. But I think that's where obviously like racism and homophobia and stuff, it comes from them picking it up from their parents.
Racism is
when you're born
taught.
racist.
No, exactly, you're taught it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I mean. Like you're taught that, and I just felt like she was being tagged at this woman, and I felt very sorry.
Yeah.
And when she got off the bus, the girl was like, "Yeah," like, and I'm like, mate, you're a rat. And these are the types of kids, that don't go to school. They're on TikTok all day. Mate, I can't stand them.
Well, it's one of them ones, isn't it? If you see an injustice happening, are you going to be the hero, the white knight, and do something? And I feel like for me, unless it's targeted towards somebody I'm with, I don't do it. But then I'll go home and I will regret not doing something or saying something.
I don't regret it though, because I was with my son. Yeah. I let everything when I'm with him. But
it kind of feels like for me, right? Like I've kind of been starting to doing this thing where I'm just like, I'm nice back to people when people are doing something bad, and honestly, it is the best response. by far
because
you can never do.
They either accept it and they're like, oh, okay, or it irritates them even more. And I love it when it irritates them even more.
Because I can guarantee you, they will go home and think about it.
100%.
They will go home and think
100%.
about it. You know?
100%.
But it's like, I'm not really like a confrontational person, and I'm like, in a social setting when there's other people in that, like I don't like eyes on, like I just get a bit awkward with stuff like that. So it would have took a lot for me to have said something, right? But I just wish, but it wouldn't have been like, I'll say something like, yo, watch your mouth, you little bitch. Like I wouldn't have said something like that. I would have been like,
yo, chill out.
I would have said to the mums, like, is that necessary? Like, why would you let your daughter do that? It's not very nice, is it? You know? And she could have responded like a little scabby rat, right? But I can guarantee you she'll go home and think about, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
She looked like a human pug.
Yeah.
That's what she looked like. She looked like a human pug, and I was like, oh, here we go.
People get away with it, that's why. And if there was more people in the world, which I wish I was one of them, that would say something to a person when they're doing something like that, then I think there would be a lot less of it, because people really get held accountable for anything they do, you know?
But what would you rather, right? Would you rather someone being loud on their phone, right? Yeah. Someone being loud on their phone talking, or someone opposite you sneezing and not covering their mouth or not covering their nose? I'm taking the phone call all day. Keep your sneezes in your tissue or anything like that. Mate, people who just like, and then, no, I'm good. Get away from me.
I'm there like that, me.
Oh, yo.
But nah.
COVID-23, I can't be dealing with that.
Yeah, nasty. But yeah, no, that's sad, isn't it?
What's your week, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, this week I've started to apply for jobs. I do have a job interview next week.
Don't say where.
No, obviously not.
You can tell
Wish me luck. But I'm kind of in a bit of a, like, you know, do I tell a new workplace, like, I do this?
I haven't told them. Oh, the people in, I haven't told them. Oh, but they wouldn't care.
Like a select few in it, do you know what I mean?
They wouldn't
but like,
care anyway.
You know, it kind of feels like you've definitely got like, if you tell them about it, you've got like a tag on you.
Yeah, because you're going into this place now, and say they don't know you, and they've watched episodes, they're going to know about like your shitting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
But I don't care about stuff like that.
No, neither do I, you know? But like, there's certain things people will take offense to, the most small things in it. And to be honest, if that is the case, and you know, like you're in a job and they don't like something that you said, it's free speech at the end of the day. You can say whatever you want to say. But I don't believe in hate, you know? Like, there's no hate behind anything or any opinion that I have. I don't hate a select group of people. I don't hate certain things that people do are normal human beings. You know what I mean? If you've been done for crimes and stuff and whatever, like, you know, that's a different story.
Yeah, but that's what's like, the thing? If you do the crime, you do the time. So,
exactly. But there's not like a type of sex or gender or race, religion. Like,
I swear to God, I thought you said, like, when you said hate and you said the type of sex, I'm thinking, what, you don't like doggy?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought of that, but I genuinely thought, yo, what's he talking about there?
What a weirdo.
I get what you mean.
But
you said sex and gender, that's why it confused me.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
yeah, that's right.
But yeah, no, I started to apply for jobs. Did some baby stuff. I built a rocking chair and a chest of drawers. You know, just little bits. But
you built chest of drawers
for the baby, just to put their stuff in. But everyone's been so like nice, you know. But we gotta wet the baby's head soon. Hopefully, it'll be.
No, you gotta do it when the baby's born.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say we can just do it when we go potentially Amsterdam or London.
No, we gotta do. Oh, so the baby shower is coming up, yeah? Or no?
Yeah,
or can I not say
yeah.
I got told like I'm going.
What?
Yeah, I got told like you're going.
Am I?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I got told you're going, and got told I'm going. So basically now, people are just running our lives without us even knowing.
So I didn't know I was going.
But I didn't know. I didn't think we were gonna go.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I was gonna pop in towards the end,
because I got probably gonna have the boys because she's gonna go, isn't she? So
yeah, that's fine. But yeah, no, my week's been chilling. I had a long day Wednesday. I went gym. I cleaned the entire house. All the house.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm flagging today.
Yeah.
I've been up since like 5. I am flagging today. Bad.
Well, we're gonna talk about some stuff that's gonna garner some conversation. Hopefully. Ghana. Anyway. Not the country.
Bro, I was thinking in Ghana.
But yeah, no.
Well, let's not talk about Ghana right now, please.
Yeah, we won't talk about number 5.
We have to, but no.
We can't say the actual name of the person.
You know?
Nah, you gotta say number 5. can say number 5, yeah. But yeah, anyway, number 5 for Ghana.
That's crazy.
But yeah. So what do you want to start with, Mike? So we talked about the news that came out today about the athletics.
Yeah. So Sebastian Coe, the president of what did he play? What was he in? Was he a dancer?
Oh, who cares?
So anyway, Sebastian Coe, who's the president of the World Athletics, said today that people who transition their gender past the age of 13 is not allowed to compete in that.
So after puberty.
Okay. Which I think is correctamundo, because there was a guy who transitioned into a woman, I believe a boxer, and he was leveling these women flat out, knocking them clean out. It's the same as the transgender powerlifter. He broke all the women's records. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
They should have. Do you know what though? Obviously, we're not against trans people. Trans people can do what they want. They want to be a woman. You can be a woman. You want to be a man. Be a man. You want to be
whoever you want to be.
Be whoever you truly are. There's a difference though when it comes to physical attributes.
Yeah, because each sex have their own attributes which are better than the other.
Yeah, like we have testosterone.
Yeah.
Like it's just what it is. That's in every male.
Yeah.
And these male, I always get mixed up, but these transgenders then that are competing in the women's division are breaking everything. They are literally breaking everything. So I genuinely agree with the sports. Anything else, no, you can do. You know what I mean? You can do what you want, but when it comes to like the sports and you have the capability of knocking a woman clean, like knocking a female out, when you're just naturally stronger, I just don't think it's fair. I really don't think it's fair.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the decision that they've come to, right? I haven't really seen sort of any sort of outrage to that decision, if I'm being honest.
Well, there's a word that I've never heard before, but apartheid or something like that.
Apartheid, like.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't know, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so somebody used that on Good Morning Britain, I believe. Yeah, and somebody used that. I mean, there was a few outrage things, but other than that, it's kind of like... Do you know, for me, though, you have to ask we haven't got to say, you should ask the women who is competing.
Yeah.
Ask the women who's competing, who has spent their life, this is their job, this is their livelihood, and you ask them, and then say, you say Bolt wants to become it's not fair. It's not fair.
I mean, you kind of gotta but then on the transgender side of it, where do they lie? Do they then lie and compete amongst men, or should they create their own division?
They should see, because they don't classify as a man. They don't. They classify as trans. No, it's not a word class. It's not classify. What's it called? It's not classify. I forgot what the word is.
But they're trans, so but they identify as trans.
So they identify as trans.
So if they all identify as trans, then surely they can all go in a trans division.
No, there might not be enough. That's the only reason why there might not be enough.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's the only solution that's fair right now, because at the end of the day, right, and we're just talking based on facts, right? Men in the Olympics are faster than women. Men at the Olympics are stronger than women. So if you're a male who's...
but anything physically, the strongest... I think it's not even close. I don't even think there is close. The strongest people in the world are men. That's not as being...
Physically.
Yeah, but physically, obviously. That's not as being... Sexist or nothing like that. It's a fact.
Of course it's a fact.
It's a fact.
No, it is a fact. But I feel like the right solution, and I don't know, this is just my opinion. I think maybe a division for themselves, and maybe they can take part in their small events, whatever it may be in the Olympics, or they go wherever they tell them to go to. At the end of the day, they're all athletes. They've all probably trained their entire life, right?
Yeah.
So I don't feel like, based on, facts of men being stronger and faster than women, they should get that advantage. But I can obviously we're just saying at the top level. Obviously, these Olympic women who run 100 meters would absolutely
they smoke us.
me.
Yeah, they're smoking us. Don't worry about that.
And they're stronger. Do you know what I mean? They're Olympic athletes.
But this is the best competing with the best. Like,
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
So when you're at your peak performance, there's obviously disadvantages. But just see what happens. But I know they did say in their statement that they made it clear that it's not a forever type.
It should be though.
Type
I'm
rule.
sorry.
It's not a forever type
should
rule.
Be.
But they've set these standards and their boundaries of if you transition before puberty, then you can compete, which I think is fair.
That's a whole different thing that I do not want to get into.
But
I don't want to get into that.
But yeah, the other news around.
No, 2 seconds a minute. 2 seconds a minute, right? John McEnroe. So someone said to John McEnroe, you know John McEnroe, the tennis player. He said, so a reporter said to John McEnroe about Serena Williams.
Yeah.
And she should be getting the same as men's.
Yeah, pay.
Yeah, pay as men's. Serena Williams, who is the GOAT of women's tennis, will not beat the man ranked 200th in the men's ranking. So, Serena Williams come out and said, yeah, that's true. Like, they were doing a rally with each other.
Okay.
And she was like, I couldn't... Like, what do you want me to do? Like, it's just...
Yeah.
It is what it is. So, we're talking about the GOAT of tennis, Serena Williams, and then the 200th guy. Like,
well, I think for me, right, when it comes to, like, women's sports, right, now, the whole sort of the whole sort of pay gap between women's sports, right, it all stems from a lack of I wouldn't say exposure, but a lack of support for women.
It's viewership.
Now,
it's viewership.
I can almost guarantee you, right, when you do go to, say, an Arsenal women's game, right, Arsenal women's football team are probably one of the best teams in the world, right? I can guarantee you half that audience that I go watch them are half men. You know, so if women
100%.
So if women are advocating for equal pay,
100%.
then I feel like on their behalf, like what we men do for football and other sports around the world, we're there, we're present, we love it. I feel like they need to do their part if they really want that
100%.
to change. You know, that's my opinion on it.
100%. But yeah, like even for me though, with the women's football and stuff like that, because women's football is probably the biggest women's sports in the world, probably.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I think it might be bigger than women's basketball. And
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah.
that,
I think it's bigger than
I mean?
WNBA, yeah.
So, anyway, like it's the lack of like sponsorship and viewership and support. Like,
it's definitely getting better though, 100%.
Oh, 100%, because now it's on TV more, so people are getting exposed to it more. Personally,
I mean, it's well, I don't watch games that I don't have a emotional attachment to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't watch any type of sport if I didn't care what the result was.
But it's dampening for someone like, I don't care, for someone like me who has watched football his entire life, played football. I actually played when I was 14 against like the under-18s women's teams.
Yeah.
Smoked.
Yeah. Well, that's the difference in the physical advantages.
But that's what I mean. I think it was like Australia's women's team. They played like the boys under 16 teams, and the boys under 16 teams absolutely whooped them.
Yeah.
Come on.
But I think it's like, you know, for women, really need to help support women's sports if they want that equal pay, because if they had a bigger following as males did in their respective sports, then they would absolutely get the pay.
Could you imagine, right, and this is the God's show, could you imagine a guy now who is a semi-professional football player just transitioned and played in them women's teams? A semi-professional, mind.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
He'd be one of the best players in the world, and
who knows?
I think that's a fact. Like, I genuinely do. I think that it is what it is. I feel like a guy, you could play in the Welsh League, and I'm telling you now, if he transitioned into a woman and played in them women's teams, he would be the best on the team.
Maybe.
But then it's kind of like, is that fair? No, it's not fair.
Of course it's not.
It's not fair.
Yeah, I think people just, you know, stay in your lane until you get told otherwise. Do you know what I mean? I think that's just the best way to go about it.
I just don't understand, like, when, like, these, like, because obviously, like, if especially in the Olympics, in the World Athletic things and stuff like that, like the running and stuff, these guys have obviously been running with the guys their whole life, and then when they've transitioned to a woman, and then, like, you should still be I just don't get how then you can just go from running with the women and then being the best. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, probably on topic as well, the ridiculous law that's just been passed in Uganda.
Crazy though, it's different. They're crazy.
But there needs to be some level of. I know what happens in other countries. Like, although I feel like they had the law where it was okay, but now they've switched back on it. They must have, because I know there's some countries out there. If you're part of the LGBTQ plus, right, you will be put in prison or killed or whatever.
I think that's happening out in Russia, isn't it? I think I read something that's happening out in Russia.
Probably like I think it's like Chechnya or something. Or
yeah, I think that's happening.
But yeah, I don't know what the actual story is. Was it like the case of like either or? It's still kind of messed up.
Thing. So it said Ugandan.
But if they just now put this law in place, so for me, they never had it, but now they've put it.
I don't know about that. I just seen Ugandan government. If anybody partakes in the LGBTQ plus community,
yeah,
is literally. I read right. Yeah. It's either 20 years in prison, but if the offence is that bad, it's a death penalty.
That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous.
It's wild.
I feel sorry for the people that's in Uganda who's a part of that, because like it's hard enough to it's been shown that it's hard to get out of like most African countries, right? And it just kind of feels like where can they turn? Obviously, you're born gay, you're born however you feel, in my opinion, 100%. Right? And the fact of like now they can't do that without the fear of dying or being put in prison is absolutely ridiculous.
Do you think that's all? Do you think that comes down to religion or no?
I don't know. I don't know why they've made the law, but it could be down to religion. It could just be down to this president's, whatever his prime minister's rule, But clearly there's a government there that supports it. There's a government there that supports it, and I just feel like it's just a sad situation because like where can these people turn? They
got nowhere to go.
They can't express themselves and stuff. So it would be nice to see like a country like you never find it. It'd be nice to see like a country like whoever's this, like will protect you and whatnot. It's just like. And this is one thing, right? Obviously, it's going a little bit off subject, right? But this is just one thing I just really do not understand about war. Like, it's nothing to do with us. Like we don't care, right? It's always about individual beefs between prime ministers and presidents. We don't like the way you've done your country. We don't like They've got individual arguments and beefs with each other. It ain't nothing ever to do with the people. That's why I don't understand. Like, we're going to go to war. We're not asking for this. We don't want this. I don't understand it.
Just one thing, Hitler didn't like the Jews.
Yeah, but different though, innit? Yeah. But do you know what I mean? Like, that's an extremist version. Do you know what I mean? But
if you're talking about like the Iraqi war and things like that, then that's I don't know.
But no, but like just like war, like this whole thing with like bloody Russia, China, North Korea, boys now, whatever, and they're going to be the next force and the USA and whatnot and whatever, right? Like. It's like against the NATO. Like, it's nothing to do with the people. We don't ask for this. We don't want this. Like, leave the people out of it. If you really want to squabble, chuck them in a ring, chuck them in a cage, fight each other, get them on Misfits boxing. I don't give a shit. But, like, they need to leave the people out of it.
If you could fight one dictator, who would it be?
I don't know, actually. Dictator? I mean, or do you mean like a president?
No, they're dictators. Let's be real. They're not president.
The presidents are prime ministers. I'd probably pick...
The Chinese ones. I don't know his name. He's getting it bad.
Seems a bit targeted.
But Kim Jong-un, you feel like you could have a beer with him?
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know what I'd pick, actually. Maybe the Canadian one. Justin Trudeau. I don't know, I just don't like his haircut. I'm jealous because he's got like Clark Kent hair,
What about What's that?
And he did blackface as well. So
That's what. Yeah, he used to be an actor, didn't he?
no, that was Zelensky, but he did
I heard he done gay porn.
mad. Maybe.
What about Joe Biden? Would you have a scrap?
Nah, man, he's like 80, isn't he?
He goes, the American people.
You just sneeze on him and you go, go. But yeah, no, I like literally don't like. Just leave the people out of it. Like,
Do you know what? Okay, like I understand what you mean, right? But then there's the people that's under them that's got to do. Like I don't know how you could be a soldier, see a family and just go. That's worse to me.
Yeah, but that's like, but they're sickos, isn't it?
That's worse.
No, but they're sickos. Like, I'm sorry, you go into another country that poses no threat to as well.
Done nothing to you, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, but you know, you may as well just send like your murderers from all your prisons and just send them out there because that's what they enjoy.
But
like,
let's be real. If they didn't do that, then they'd get killed. So.
Well, you don't know, do you? There's probably been thousands of situations where people didn't need to do something, but they just did it just because they're horrible and evil. Do you know?
I hear they pump them up with drugs though as well. Like didn't the Nazis do crystal meth before they went thing?
I tell you, Hitler was on all sorts.
I think it was crystal meth. Mate, did you see that one video of Hitler where he's tweaking? He's watching the Olympics and he's in a box and he's tweaking.
Tweaking, yeah.
Like,
what was he on? I think it was it meth?
No, crystal meth.
Or heroin.
No, it was crystal meth.
He was on poppy seed.
Opioids.
Yeah, probably something like that. He's probably perked up, wasn't he? But
mate, imagine Hitler perked up. That is wild.
Do you know what? I had this. I can't remember who I said it to, right? But if you had a time machine, right, would you go back and let's just say disable a baby Hitler?
Yeah. Would I do it?
Would you do it?
Yeah. No, Hitler's going to... If I knew that's Hitler and he's killing 6 million people, I'm not going to take this kid, he's going in a river. I'm sorry.
It's a hard one, no, because, right, he's... At that age, you're innocent. That's not who he is at that point. Obviously, he's gone through life. And he's had these ideologies and influences that made him who he was.
Okay, then. Can I kidnap him and raise him myself?
No.
Well, he's got to go.
But he's still technically innocent.
He's got to go.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't want to give an answer to that.
No, there is no chance. That man gassed, and he's probably lived. I mean, they're talking about we went out to Argentina.
You know
what I mean? There's a Nazi colony out there, a massive one apparently.
Ridiculous.
As well.
But
we got way off topic then.
No, it's still on topic. We're just talking about countries and their politics, right? And the next one.
Sorry, do you know Angola got a thing of sexual consent age of 14? No,
Nigeria got 11, Mike.
That's wild.
11, Mike.
It's wild.
Nigeria's is 11. They got the youngest in the world. 11. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah. But
do you know if you like small people though? That's not a thing, is it?
What?
If you like go out with like a small person.
A dwarf.
Is that the right terminology?
Yeah.
Yeah. LPs. Little people.
What? Is that fine?
Because I've seen some fine ones on Instagram.
Obviously, yeah.
That's fine then.
They're caked up.
Caked up.
But yeah, no. Well, the next country I would like to talk about, good old Israel. So
do you really want to get into this?
I'll get into it again, because at the end of the day, it is the Holy Land. At the end of the day, it is what I would class it. It is the Holy Land, right? Although I disagree with what happens sometimes in that country, but that's fine. I'm entitled to my opinion.
Do you know when Easter comes?
Yeah.
Can we do an episode where I ask you I don't know if you know everything, but there's questions that I want to know, and I just never.
I mean, I'll give you the best of my knowledge. I think maybe about 200 pages into my Bible.
I mean, you're not a BB, but you are.
I mean, I've picked up quite a lot just from reading. I'm about 200 pages in. It's a good read. I'll be honest, it's not bad.
I just got told it's a manifest on how to live your life.
Oh, I thought it was a sneeze. Israel's basically, they're trying to pass a law. It's not being passed, but they're trying to pass it where basically, if you talk about Jesus or anything to do with Jesus, prison time.
That's crazy.
Do you know what? Sorry.
But why?
Well, I don't know why. I really don't. And I don't see any reason as to why anything that you say from your mouth should ever put you in prison. That's my honest opinion. Like, you can be as horrible, racist, derogatory as whatever you want that comes out of your mouth, but I don't believe that warrants you to be put in prison. I believe in free speech completely, right? However, although I disagree with it massively, I don't believe anything you say that comes out your mouth. Just words. It's words. Words are empty. Words mean nothing, right? It's the actions that should be punished for. But
I disagree.
Okay.
Sorry, I very much... Can we talk about that? Or
well, no, I'll come back to it.
Alright,
but yeah, in what's funny about it, right? So I'm not, obviously, there's 2,500, like around about 2,500 prophecies, right? So prophecies are basically what predicts the future. Out of the 2,500, there's nearly 2,000 that's already came true, okay? And what they say is one of the main sort of, you know, when the world ends, Jesus comes, etc., right? They say one of the big ones is that they will turn his name against people. They will start to ban his name. They will start to prosecute you.
Yeah.
Do all these bad stuff to you because you believe in Jesus, right? So it's kind of got like people on social media and stuff flapping, thinking, you know, the end times are coming, you know? But I just think it's ridiculous how you can try to ban the name of a person of such historical, biblical figure who's like, let's be honest, like he's a massive sort of thing apart from people's lives. You want to put him in jail for it?
No, it's bizarre.
Do you know
what?
I genuinely do think, right, Christianity as a religion is, in my opinion, I'm not just saying it because, you know, I believe in it, but I think it's the most disrespected religion in the world. Look at how many times you'll see Jesus being taken the piss out of on cartoon shows, this, that, and whatever. People can openly say, like, oh, like, Jesus was this, Jesus, like, just absolutely just, like, disrespect the entire religion. I genuinely do think it's probably the most disrespected religion.
My theory is because it's a white religion.
See, now for me, right?
No,
Muslims don't have it. You like remember that thing about when they tried taking the piss? And they do not have it. That's why I massively respect them. They just don't have it. You don't say that stuff, right? And I just feel like it just gets away with just being massively disrespected. You know,
I think it's because it's the white man's religion. It's the white man's religion, and also.
Not necessarily. There's obviously a lot of Africans,
but that's what it started like.
Middle Eastern. No, it's Middle Eastern.
Most white. For me, it's a white man's religion. It genuinely is. Christianity is a white man's religion, and if you go by what the white person has done in the history of time, I feel like that's why it happened. No, you're not going to do it. Like you said. If somebody said anything about the Quran, I remember, like you said, South Park dynamic, they left the Teddy in that studio and was like,
oh no, they are threats, you know, like they don't tolerate.
But they don't do about the Jewish book either. They don't.
I just feel like I don't know. It's just highly disrespected, and it's often taken the piss out of in numerous different like cartoon shows and TV shows and stuff. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous, but they want to ban the talk of it. God help them, you know.
But does that come under free speech?
Of course it does. But then you shouldn't be prisoned for it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You shouldn't go to jail for it. It's their opinion. If they want people to stop, it's not being passed. Don't get me wrong. It's not being passed, and I highly doubt it will. Right? If it does, mental. But you know, you just got to see what happens.
Because obviously in Israel, they're Jewish. They don't want to talk about Christianity religion in
this Israel? Is the thing, right? So Israel's got a wide range of mixes of different religions. I think
there's the most in there.
Yeah, it's got a wild, diverse thing. And in the book of Revelations, where it predicts the end times, they say one of the biggest things would be Israel will return to a full Jewish state, which is obviously the ongoing beef at the moment with obviously the Palestinians and stuff. Is
that what it is?
Israel will be returned to then Jerusalem will be the capital. But yeah, all that's kind of going on, and it's just mental, and you just got a lot of people kind of flapping the end times are coming. But let's be real, right? The end times have been coming since any time. You could have been. Imagine we were alive during World War II.
I wouldn't survive.
Imagine we were around during the Cold War. All that going on. Even the COVID thing, right? The people were people thought the end times were 2012, 2000, There's been so many occasions where, people thought the end times were coming, but Why worry about it? Why flap
It's
about
not
it?
even that. Could you imagine like the Roman times and like the what times way before? No,
Like we said, like
the world hasn't gotten worse.
the
Like I
world,
don't
the
care.
world has already ended for a lot of people. Like we said last episodes, you know, like
Yeah.
people digging cobalt mines just so you can have a smartphone.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, for me, like I don't really like to go delve too much into it because like why care? It's the politics show so far, but stepping away from that, I want some things to talk about, right?
Have we?
Yeah, so I've actually got this. I'm gonna call it a theory. Fuck you, why not? I've got this theory, right? And I've thought about it. I seen a little video that indicated just one thing, and I thought, let me just go down a little rabbit hole here, right? So Will Smith, the slap heard around the world, right? Slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. But I feel like it was a setup. And do you want me to tell you why I feel like it was a setup? And I think only one person knew amongst all those people what was going to happen was Will Smith. I think it was premeditated, right? And I'll tell you why. So, you know, the Oscars there was like this whole thing like a couple of years ago. The Oscars are racist. They didn't invite this person, that person. This person didn't win when they should have, right? People say the Oscars are racist, right? That Oscar award ceremony, right, was probably one of the biggest nights for black people that night, right?
Okay.
But nobody remembers anything but that slap.
Of course.
Which transpired between two black people. So, Chris Rock, black presenter. I'm not sure. I think he's done it in the past. I'm not sure if he was like the first black person to do or whatever. But he's a black presenter, right? Quincy Love won an Oscar for Best Documentary.
Yeah.
Danny Glover, Lethal Weapon. Do you know he won an Oscar? Probably not.
But
he won an Oscar.
Glover. Yes, it is.
Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon, yeah.
Is it Donald Glover's got Childish Gambino?
Yeah. So Danny Glover won an Oscar, right?
What did he win an Oscar for?
Supporting actor, I think, or something.
Ah, fair enough.
He won that. He won an Oscar. Will Smith won an Oscar, right?
Yeah.
It was very much sort of black winners. It was a very proud night for black people because they absolutely smashed it, right? Deservingly so. And I kind of feel like it was a setup because obviously Chris Rock would have practiced his opening speech. They would have heard the jokes. They would have knew all the jokes would come in. Is a theory that I have, right? Which could be true. Do you think they might have said to Will Smith, listen, we'll give you the Oscar, but you got to go up and slap him?
No.
Right? There could be that. Or they might have had something on Will Smith because there's a lot of rumors about Will Smith and his extracurricular activities, right? Do you think they might have had something on Will Smith and said, listen, we need you to do this? Could possibly so, right? Then I was also thinking, what about the other times? Do you remember that? Do you remember when they accidentally called the wrong film that won the award?
No.
So
all I know is when Steve Harvey did it for Miss World, but
right.
That was hilarious.
But they said in the best film, which is the biggest award of the night, was La La Land.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I can't go on.
But it was La La Land. But it was actually turned out Moonlight won. Moonlight was about gay black men, right?
It's a good film.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a good film.
With a majority black cast, etc.,
It's a
etc.
good film.
But who actually remembers that Moonlight one? They remember that they called out La La Land. I don't know. It's just for me, right? It just feels almost too coincidental.
No, I don't.
That every time it's like a black sort of like an award or whatever, it just always seems like the shine is always taken away. My opinion.
But I think they just had the Oscars not too long ago, didn't they? And I think that was the biggest ever, the most watched Oscars ever. So, I mean...
Likely, because obviously you slapped the shit out of him last time.
But, like, that was very much...
Listen, they pan out to that crowd of actors and actresses. White.
This year wasn't. That's what I mean.
White.
This year wasn't. I know the girl from... I don't know her name. The Wakanda one, eh? She won the best actress.
For what?
For Black Panther.
Did she?
She won it.
Did she?
She won that. Jamie Lee Curtis winning for Everything Everywhere.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
That film is just
It's
the
brilliant.
best. It's the best. But
yeah, no, but
Thing was supposed to win it.
who?
I can't think of her name, and it is winding me up. The woman in Black Panther, the older woman though. I forgot her name.
Yeah. I know you're on about.
I forgot her name. That's gonna wind me up.
But no, I just think, well, in my opinion, right? Fuck the Oscars, and I think they're racist. Simple as.
I mean, it's a fair statement. I mean, it's always been.
Seems a little too coincidental though. Like I don't know if like. Listen, I don't know if I'm probably. I'm not being. I know I'm not being a Karen, right? I'm not. But it just kind of feels like the shine's always taken away because something else happened that night.
Let me just ask you this, right? Chris Rock and Will Smith were friends, right?
Yeah.
Like they were friends. You could just tell the way Will Smith was laughing at Chris Rock's jokes. So you're up there, you're laughing at it, and then he's joking about your missus, yeah, and you're like laughing through it, just like because you don't want her to get upset because it's funny, like you know what I mean. And then he makes like an alopecia joke, like because she's bald, and then he sort of turns, sees her face, and at that split moment, you're like.
I mean, let's remember they're actors. Like they are actors. At the end of the day,
I just.
It seemed a bit too.
I believe he looked at his missus and he was like, "Nah,
I'm not buying it, man. I am not. You initially laughed about it. Like for me, she rolled her eyes. I'd be like, "Wow, it's funny." Like that would be my initial reaction. But for him to actually get up on stage,
then why would he laugh?
The biggest
why
night,
wouldn't he be pissed off all the way through?
Because I don't know, man. Exactly, it doesn't make sense. Exactly. And to slap him, why would you slap him? Would you punch him? Like what? No, but why would you slap him? Like
because
you've assaulted him. Why go out with a slap?
But
because he didn't want to hurt him.
No, but yeah, exactly. I think it's a friendship. Like I think like you don't want to bang your mate spark out. Like you just slap him and let him know. I just think that's what it is. I think it happens. I just don't think that Will Smith went up there and was like, or before the show, or these high elite people and was like, smack the shit on Chris Rock. I just can't.
Do you know worse the things that happen in Hollywood though? Like Harvey Weinstein, like plenty of your favorite actress was gobbling on his Tootsie, right? And that for me is like these actors are willing to do whatever, the most prestigious prize, your life's work, the Oscar. They could have quite easily said to him, listen, you want this? Get up and slap him. My opinion. But they know he would like, I don't know, man. They knew Chris Rock was going to say that joke. Here's the biggest point of all of them, right? And I nearly forgot it. This is the biggest point. I live stream, right? If I've accidentally walked on stream bollock naked, I've got a 5-second delay where I can end the stream. Why do they keep the cameras rolling? Why do they keep... I know it's a live show, but if you watch sports, like a streaker runs on, they'll black it out. Yeah. They could have kept that under wraps on the show, but they thought, do you know what? Nah, we're going to keep rolling it and we're going to put it out to millions and millions of people and it's going to be global news. They could have stopped it, but they didn't. That's my biggest thing as well.
But when he sat down and he said something, they cut that bit out, didn't they?
No. The whole...
when he said, it
was all there, Mike. They didn't bleep out the effing. You can still watch the effing bit. Like, it was all there. They could have cut it out. They could have bleeped it out, but they never. They kept the cameras rolling. They showed it to millions. I think it was a setup, in my opinion. I genuinely do.
It's one of them ones. It's like...
Listen, they might have dirt on him. They might have said, here's the Oscar on a silver platter. How bad do you want it, Will? Do you want it bad, yeah? He's like, yeah. Whack. Happy Days wins his award. Never goes back to an Oscars ever again. I don't know, man. It seems like a setup to me. But yeah, anyway.
That's a wild thing you just said. That's wild.
He's got some sense to it, though? I feel like he's got some sense to it.
If you're trying to make the puzzle fit, it's going to fit.
Yeah, I get you. Do
you know what I mean? If you try and make it fit, it's going to fit. So, yes, there's things you are saying, there's things. I just feel like...
add things up, though.
I just feel like he is... The career Will Smith's had, he might be one of the greatest actors in Hollywood. So I just don't understand why he would then go up and slap some. I just don't get it.
Exactly. That's the whole thing, though.
No. I'm talking about from your point of view. I know why he did it. Because his wife was upset. I know why he did it.
Listen, He didn't slap August Alsina when he was hanging out the back of
Yeah,
jail.
but then this is what I'm trying to say. They could have woke up that morning. They could have had an argument. You just don't know what happened. She could have said to him, "Oh, listen, da da this and da da da," and then you just don't know.
Man, you keep that composure, then you especially in the Oscars in front of all your peers and co-workers. I think it's mental. But
I'm telling you right now, if someone was on stage and they disrespected your missus, you'd want to go up there and slap.
Listen, you see like those comedians like that'll pick on somebody in audience, they'll take the piss out and they'll take the piss out of you. You don't get up and slap him, do you?
What I'm trying to say to you is you don't know how people's going to react to it. So you can say what you want, but you just don't know somebody's reaction.
Man. I don't know.
You just don't know how somebody's going to be like, okay, and then no. I just don't think it's thing, but I get what you mean.
But yeah, no, I like, yeah. But Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, man. See, like...
On the more celeb news.
But... For me, this is one of them situations where like people are like, yes. I'm like, you gotta be up.
He got stomped out though, like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
People are saying that's fake. People are actually saying that Tekashi, because they caught him in a they caught him in a sauna, didn't they, with a Moncler jacket on and booty shorts.
Yeah.
So they were like, it wouldn't surprise me. So I've seen people say, it wouldn't surprise me if he put makeup on and then went out there. I've seen someone booked him cleaning his face.
Exactly, he was getting battered. But did he deserve it?
It depends on what he did.
For me, I feel like he deserved it. And it's not because of the snitching.
What did he do?
It was that whole where he pled guilty to recording a minor performing an act with an adult. He recorded that and pled guilty to it. So for me... He did deserve a stomping out for that.
But he made millions after that.
So? Still doesn't mean that he's alright.
But this is what I'm trying to say to you. So he should have been stomped out and everything should have been cut off before that.
100%.
So now it's got to wait for him to be millions. And listen, we have
no... No, I'm not saying that's the reason why they battered him. They probably battered him because he was a snitch, right? If I was him, I would have sung like a canary too. I'm gonna.
You're a civilian now.
Listen, I'm gonna. No, but even if I was in that lifestyle, Mike, I ain't gonna back boys who tried kidnapping his mother and him and sleeping with his baby mama and stuff. Like
that's what you signed up for.
I'm snitching. I'm singing. Best believe I'm like waving to him on the way out. I don't give a shit, right? But
you chose to hang around these people. This is what I'm trying to say. You chose to hang around these people. Then you should have picked who you hung around with better.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry.
Of course.
Everything that he should never listen. I'm not a person like I don't care if you're a civilian and you see someone. Then snitch. But if you're part of that crime life and you're a part of that gang, mate, you go down with them. Don't be a bitch. Like it's. Do you know what I mean? I don't care.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, but I still would have snitched.
I swear to God, I wouldn't have an acid. If I was in that lifestyle with them people, with everything, and I knew what I was getting myself in for, you cannot snitch. You're a B word if you snitch.
I'm grittying out of there, me.
Yeah, can you imagine?
But yeah, nah. I isn't he deserved an ass beating has been coming a long time, right? The fact that he rolls around with no security is wild to me.
Do you know why he needs to get his ass beat every single day? Is because he speaks ill about the dead.
Yeah, he
speaks ill about the dead, so yeah, you should get your... But who gave him this? Who gave Tekashi 6ix9ine this like card to say, you're a bully now? You can talk about anybody any which way you want, mate. You can't fight.
He's got a god complex, innit? A lot of people have that. They got a god... When you've got a certain amount of money and money's a toy to you and you see what people are willing to do for money... You have a god complex. You realize that I can control these people because I'm so rich.
And it's also, and like you said, it's also a thing. Like he only goes after people who genuinely have been a criminal in the past. Yeah. Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Lil Durk.
Yeah, because he knows if they do something to him, they're gonna catch a felony.
Lil Reese. Yeah, like that's what happens. Like because he knows, like, oh, you touch me, and you're going, mate. He's never going to fight him one-on-one. He's never going to do it.
Nah, he deserved his ass whooped.
No, he does. But he needs to get his ass beat. He still needs to get his ass beat.
Yeah.
He needs to get his ass beat by the right people, though. Yeah. Seriously.
But,
like the video, with Meek Mill, and he jumped out on Safari.
Oh, yeah.
And the two guys went out.
That's rude, though.
But, like, it's like, yo, talk shit. Like, stuff's going to happen to you.
Or what the baby did to his baby mama's brother. He was swinging him around by his hair and his bodyguard. That was bad.
Jeez.
No, I disagree with the whole jumping thing, innit? Run a fair fade, innit? Don't, like... I think jumping...
It depends on what you've said. It depends on what you've said.
Well, yeah, if you disrespected that group. But if you only disrespected one person and you're all jumping in, it's kind of like... Like,
But for me, I would want to get.
oh no, wait until he's losing, then you jump in.
But
let him run his fair fade first.
No, the thing is, yeah, if you got millions to protect and a lifestyle to protect, go beat his ass.
I'm telling you right now,
I gotta protect my money.
No, if you have beef with somebody and you want to scrap him, I'll let you scrap, but I'm gonna wait if you end up losing, because I would rather you come out of that like it was all on you. You get better. Trust me. It's better for you to do that. It's better. Listen, it's good for every man to get their ass whooped a little bit.
It's different when it comes to blood. I'm never. Nah,
I disagree.
Never in front. Like, I'm not letting one of my cousins, like, obviously, even when they're like the best friends, they're never fighting.
Listen,
one-on-one fight, mate.
I'm jumping in when you're losing, but I'm not jumping in when you're winning. That makes no sense to me. We're both not catching a charge.
I don't care.
Nah, you're mad.
I don't care. I'm doing that. I'm never seeing one of my friends, like, who I consider a brother, have a one-on-one. Now, we're all going down.
Wait, I don't know how long we've been going, but let me quickly tell you that story when I fought Trav.
Yeah, go on.
Right? Picture this, right? So me, one of the boys. So me and two of the boys, we was out student night in Gloucester. This was like probably nearly like 10 years ago, right? A student night in Gloucester. We goes to, after the club, we goes to a chip shop, right? Walks into the chip shop. So it was me, two of the other boys. One of the other boys we're with, he's like Arab, right? So we're in the chip shop. You got these two fat women, I say fat women, just these two big girls, right? Was racially abusing him, innit? So we started getting mad and he was throwing his food at him. So then all of a sudden these three white knights come out of nowhere, try saving the day, because obviously they've seen there's three boys in here. One of them's throwing food at the girls, but obviously they didn't see the whole racism that transpired, right? So we all steps out. We're literally lining up like we're the Avengers, right? So you've got the smallest one, is probably my size now. Bearing in mind when I was 18, 19, I was like 2 or 3 stone lighter than whatever, right? The biggest one's about 14 stone, stocky, about 5'9", whatever. The medium sized one, he's about 6 foot, again, stocky, looked like a rugby league player. Mike, the other one was a giant. He was a giant. He was like 6'6", right? About 20 stone, right? So the three of them are lining up, right? And they're travelers, because obviously their accent and stuff, and I don't know, you can go off the stereotype, right? So I was like, oh, here we go, ready to rumble. Yeah, I'm thinking, well, this is not going to end well, is it? So the smallest one out of the lot, which I was definitely eyeing up first, I was thinking, I'm not fighting these two big ones, you got no chance. But the smallest one went after the biggest one in our group, right? Bearing in mind, he's probably the only one there that has like fought regularly because he's an amateur boxer, right? So I was thinking, oh, well, I think it was my one. So then I went for the middle one in there. I swear to you, right? I stepped back a yard, threw a mean right hook, hit him in the chops, right? He's barely moved. I thought, I'm just gonna have to reload it. This is my best weapon here. I reloaded again. I smacked him again. He stumbled like 2 steps. He's dropped his head. That's all he hears was,
shut up.
I thought, I'm gonna die. I'm dying. This is it. I'm dead. Yo, he's laughed and giggled to himself, stumbled after I've hit him with the 2 meanest punches I've ever thrown in my life. I was like,
did he piece you up?
Nah, well, I basically, as soon as he did that, I thought, well, I got to close the distance, yeah. So I went for a double leg, didn't I? You tried wrestling him? I shot the double leg. Bro, I thought that was Daniel Cormier, bro. I shot the double leg. I thought it was like Khabib, bro.
No, that's hilarious.
I shot the double leg, innit? But I shot the double leg. He's not moved. So then he's grabbed me around my waist. And then we're like, we're just like wrestling at this point, like grappling. So we've like rolled over onto the floor. And he's like, I've got him in my guard, innit? So he's like on top of me here, like I'm in my guard. So I'm like, you know, giving him the whole like, sort of like, being elusive on the floor, because I'm on my back here. I'm thinking, I don't know jiu-jitsu at this point. Otherwise, I would have just slapped him in a triangle choke. But yeah. So he was like trying to like maneuver. I was like holding his hands or whatever, because I thought, yo. And then he got onto full mount. Then he passed my guard, didn't he? So he's like full mount. So he's on top of me. I thought, fuck. So I was just like shimmying as much as I can, still holding his hand. So I've like slipped underneath his legs, and as I got up, like I just felt thump, bang on the back of my head. I was like, rat.
Who's that, another guy?
No, it was him. So I've turned around. All I hear is police, police, police. Like people are saying police coming. There was no police there, but people was trying to break up the fight, right? So two of the boys would then run up the road like 20 yards before me. But like, I've just bought food, innit? So I thought, nah, I'm grabbing my food first. So I grabbed my food, and I'm like jogging up the road to go get the boys. And we're about 50 yards away from this incident. All I hear is behind me is boom, 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 boom.
Are they
boom,
come chasing?
Bro, the 6'6" giant, bro, is chasing, running behind me like that. I've gone, yo, boys. Right? I felt like on the back of my head. Right? Mike, I think he would have killed me if he would have hit me in the back of the head, right? I turned around and I see the two of the boys somehow, right, within a split of like 2 seconds, they might have just tripped him up or whatever. But the guy was on the floor. I won't say what I did afterwards.
Did you boot the shit out of him? I would have booted the.
No, they were doing their thing in it, but I'm not gonna say what I did afterwards.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but then afterwards, like after we did what we did, after I did what I did, I was like, yo, let me just go back and check on him. So he peeked around the corner. They're picking him up, but he's massive as well. And he's like,
good.
But I was thinking,
well, it's not good, but
I was thinking, you know, if he was any lighter than what he was, if you wouldn't have seen me doing this podcast, mate, I'm telling you. Do you know, I was so stupid, right? I like as this guy, me and this guy was tussling on the floor. My wallet and my phone fell out. So I lost my wallet and my phone, which I probably deservedly so.
Yeah, of course you did.
Right? But this is how stupid I am. I was like, boys, I'm gonna have to go to the police station and see if they've someone's handed it.
Fuck, Jesus Christ.
I was like, yeah.
Listen, I've just had a scrap.
No, I was like, I've lost my. Has anyone handed in a wallet or a phone by any chance? But
someone sold that shit.
But you know, after that though, I dropped. My license was in there. My address is on there.
Oh, you got and
I was like, for like a month or two, I was like, I was flapping. I was like, yo, are they gonna turn up to my door or something? Do you know what I mean? So, and then afterwards, when they all went away, like I said, boy, we gotta go back, bro. I gotta see if my phone or wallet's there. So I went, it was gone. I was thinking, fuck, someone's took it.
Did you go in the fish shop and ask?
Yeah, they were like, well, we don't have it. I was like, I feel like they took it.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, no,
that
was that story. But yeah, anyway.
I've never had I've never been involved in a fight. Like, never in life. Like, I've seen people have fight for me.
Oh.
But I've never actually. But this is, it was hilarious. I was 16 and we were playing football.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, like, when I was 16 and I was playing for our local team.
Yeah.
I mean, the league we were in were terrible. And at 16, I was fairly decent. So everyone was just trying to chop me. And this one guy, he's come in, studs. I swear to God, I thought if he catches me here, he's breaking, because it was here. Yeah. He's breaking both knees. Like, he is taking me clean out.
Yeah.
And he's jumped in and I've just got out the way. Oh my God. I've seen our centre half.
Yeah.
Big Brockway. Mate. First thing he does is he takes his top off. He's come running over and he went, boom, and just butted him clean, mate. The guy's nose just went boom.
Man, good, man. Well, that's why I don't get idiots who play football, bro. Trying to smash kicks. Like, come on, you weirdo.
I mean, this guy is like 30 years. Like, you can tell, like, he's been around. Like
you're an absolute clown, weirdo.
And honest God, then obviously our centre half gets sent off. It just kicks off on the side. Everyone, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, because at 16 I was very timid. Like, if it if it comes to violence, especially like tiny.
No, of course you're 16 playing men's football. It's intimidating.
You know what I mean? Like, it's very intimidating. Very intimidating.
But no, that's usually like the best thing to do before you fight. You got a peacock, innit? So like whipping your top off and like flexing a bit at him out, like. But you always can judge by their stance. Now, if you've got some wide stance and you're like. You look like you imitate like an MMA fight. I can guarantee you people won't want to fight.
Nah, he came walking down like this, mate.
Some guy
he took his top off. He just
some guy
like
pulls his head down. He got cauliflower ears.
You're like, finished.
No way.
Finished.
No. But
finished.
But
what about the voice?
What?
If they got like a deep voice.
Oh no, I couldn't care about voice. Honestly, right? Like, I feel like any person at your size, right? Unless they haven't got cauliflower ears, I feel like you should you should be confident to take somebody.
Like, that's 100%. Like,
if I weigh more than you, I feel like I've got a good chance.
My size.
There's weight classes for limits.
Yeah, like my size and like my who can't fight. Yeah, I'll fight you. If you can't fight, I'll fight.
Yeah.
It's, obviously boxing. I'm not just gonna go outside and fight anybody. Like, do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
But yeah. Anyway,
I can't fight, man.
I don't know.
God, Jesus Christ.
I feel like if that's one thing, right? Like, I really like, regardless if I have a boy or a girl, right? There's one thing that I'm absolutely making sure they're doing is that they go to like some sort of combat self-defense class, if that's BJJ, kickboxing or whatever. I just feel like kids need it these days, and I feel like adults do as well. Like, if someone breaks into my house, right, I've got a metal baseball bat with your name on it, right? But if all else breaks loose, like, I'd 100% trust my hands to get me out of a situation.
Do you know, obviously, like, that law, like, if somebody comes into your house and you hurt him, like, you kill him, like, you're looking at prison time.
Yeah.
I'll go prison then.
Yeah, I feel so. I feel like that's probably
Do you know what I mean?
because you never know. In the heat of the moment, it's hard to, like, you know, that control. When you're in the fear of your life, it's fight or flight, isn't it?
It's not about me. It's about my kid. Like,
yeah,
especially
100%.
when you've got kids. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's
100%.
not about me. Like,
but
it's funny because we always joke about it. Like she always jokes. Like, she'll always joke. Like, if there was a burglar, like, I think we was on the first episode.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go down first. But she knows for a fact. Like, even if we're outside and there's 40 people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm gonna get my ass whooped, but I'm gonna be there on the front line.
Do you know what my
It's as simple as that.
Do you know what my biggest fear is? Getting my ass beat in front of my missus.
It is what it is to me.
Nah, I genuinely, like, I feel like, because there's a scientific study that was carried out with boxers and their wives and stuff. It was something like 80% of them lose attractiveness to their husband after they see him get their ass
But
whooped.
they're boxers. If your missus knows that you can't, like, it's not about if you.
No,
if she knows you're not a fighter.
No, but it's not that though. It's you showing them the inability that you can't protect them.
I get that.
That's what it comes down to.
Okay then, but what if you protect them and you still can't? But they're fine. Like, you put your body on the line for them. Don't you think that makes them feel like, at least I know he's got my back?
Yeah, but it depends how you get your ass beat. No, if you're on the floor going,
No, that's different.
yeah, no, but that's what I'm
they're
saying.
gonna have
no,
to.
but if you're like even still getting booted and you're grabbing someone's ankle and you're biting them and you're doing whatever you can and getting up and like going, like, do you know what I mean?
They're gonna do some serious damage.
Like, if you're gonna get your ass beat in front of your missus, do it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Go out, like, but don't be on the floor just covering up going, help.
It's not even about, like, but the thing is, do you know what makes it worse though? Is if you're shouting. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
No, mate, you look like the biggest twat. Like, I remember when we went out one night, and I was young again, I was like 18 again, and we went out with one of the boys, and there was a guy on crutches, and I mean, he's got this crutch, and he is giving his missus, he is fucking battering her with a crutch. Mate, one of the boys walks over, gives him, just clips in, knocks him clean out. Do you know what the woman did? Pick up the crutches, start lashing my friend with it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Like, so it depends. Like, so like, is your missus gonna be? I know mine's gonna fight.
Yeah.
She's gonna fight. Like, it's just we're both gonna get our ass beat because I know she's not gonna just stand there.
Yeah.
If she's fighting a girl, I'm jumping in.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I might have my first win. So. It is what it is.
100%. I agree with that. If your missus is getting scrapped and she's losing, you gotta jump in. Surely.
1-on-1 you can't.
Huh?
No, 1-on-1.
Wow, gotta watch her get her ass beat.
It depends on bad though. Like you said, if someone's stamping on her face, then she's getting picked up and thrown.
Long-term sickness, so you're coming out.
Jesus.
But yeah. So yeah, we've gone past the tech. Oh, the one thing left that I wanted to talk about. So let me grab my phone.
Are we gonna talk about Ghana or what?
Who?
Ghana. I want to talk about it, like, for real.
Ghana.
You can't say that. You have to believe that. For
Yeah.
real. Number 5.
Yeah, number 5 for Arsenal, number 5 for Ghana.
Because I genuinely, like. Okay, let me just say this, right? Now he's being accused of 2 rapper seeds and 1 essay. Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 R words
and 1 essay.
1 essay. Yeah.
He shouldn't be playing. Hey, I'm sorry. Listen, if you're accused by more than 1 person, this is the 3rd person that's come out. You need to be investigated before you play. I'm sorry, you need to be investigated.
It's kind of like, it just goes to show how, like, dumb the UK justice system is. Like, how is there somebody, right, that's out there freely doing their job, making money with 3 accusations of those against him? It's ridiculous to me. Personally, I would happily, right, being a massive Arsenal fan, there's nothing more right, then I would love for that team to win the league, right? But I would rather us lose the league than have a guilty man of the R word in the team being an
100%.
integral part of that team.
And this is the thing, yeah. Whether it's now, whether this is in July, he is going to get found guilty. I'm sorry. It is what it is. This is the third person to come out.
Yeah.
Third. 3 different occasions.
3 is crazy.
3 different women, yeah? It's 3 different women, isn't it?
Yeah.
Third occasion, 3 different women. And I swear to God, Ant, right, and this is the God's honest truth. Do you know if anybody at that club is covering Arteta, Edu, you got to go as well at the end of the season.
I don't think it's
you got to go.
I don't think this is what I believe, right? And I think this comes down to the player and club level, right? I don't think anybody can take sides, right, until he's found guilty. Now imagine this,
Mason
right?
Greenwood was never found guilty.
No, charges were dropped.
Yeah, but
That's
he was
different
never
from
found...
being not guilty.
Yeah,
charges were
but
dropped.
he was
It's
never
different.
found guilty.
But that's different though, because charges were dropped. You know,
No, but
you see charges get dropped.
What I'm trying to say
time.
to you is, when it come out, Manchester United, we went prison.
There's clear evidence.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. But like this girl on Twitter, she was. I don't like it, man. I don't.
Neither
like
do
it.
I. No, I'm not
like
trying to
it.
justify
No,
it, but I feel like you can't dig out the club and the players. And this is not me sticking up for them because they're Arsenal, right? I'm only saying this is because like they can only go off his character right now, can't they? They got to allow the officials and the judges and the police and whatever to do their job. And if they are found guilty, then best believe they will absolutely cut ties. He won't have a contract. He'll never be seen at the club again. But you can't do that.
So what if Arsenal has requested that his thing don't get done until July? What if they postponed it till July? They're allowed to do that.
Can I?
You're right. They can do that. They can,
Are you 100% sure?
They can. Listen. You can turn around and postpone a court hearing.
What, your workplace can?
I'm pretty sure your lawyer can.
Well, yeah, that's down to his lawyer.
Yeah, but what if?
Yeah, but that's down to his lawyer.
Yeah, but what if
innit?
they've had it like, listen, like, can you postpone it till? What I'm trying to say to you is, I might be chatting absolute waffle.
They could have done it in June.
But if that's the case, and Arsenal has said to his look, can you push it back? Let's just say that happened. Anybody who said that at the club got to go. I'm sorry. I do not want that person until he is investigated on 3 different occasions. He can't play.
No, I agree.
If he plays next Sunday or Saturday, that's wild to me.
Of course he will.
It's wild to me. I don't know. How can you as a fan not support the team? I don't support him.
Yeah.
But you support the team. I don't support that man.
Yeah, no, of course. I just it's a strange situation in it, but I have to see what comes of it. And if he is found guilty, then good. Then good. 3. If he's found guilty, then good. Then it means he's done something wrong.
But like Adam Johnson got done straight away.
It was clear. It was clear.
Gylfi Sigurdsson.
That's still a strange one, you know. Like there's no details ever came out about that.
The man's on a child sex offenders list.
But there hasn't been any public sort of
like it's being swept
badly.
Like,
is he in jail?
I don't think so.
Is that?
I reckon he's home in Iceland. I do. I think he's in Iceland.
Like it's like the whole thing's just been like swept. Like there hasn't been any news articles. Like it's the strangest thing.
But how
in
good is that
football.
for Everton?
But it's literally like for me, like thinking about it, it's the strangest thing in football right now. Yeah. Because like he was a very good player, 40 million he cost Everton, massive, right? And then he's just disappeared. But then it's being rumoured that he's done terrible acts, right? But there's nothing public to say that.
But it was with like a 16-year-old, wasn't it?
I thought it was young little boys.
No.
Well, I don't know.
No, I think
that's what I mean. There's nothing out there.
No, I think it was like a 16-year-old. I think he had it on Snapchat. If I'm saying, I think that was the case.
It's just like nothing's came out of it.
What happened with that Mendy situation? He got found not guilty, didn't he?
On a few charges, yeah, on quite a few of them. So we have to see what comes out of that. But I mean, the whole Gylfi Sigurdsson though, that was a strange one.
It is a wild one.
Right. So I have something special for us today, Michael. So, like I said, I think it was a couple of episodes, and I'm sure we said it on the podcast. Did a DNA sort of MyHeritage sort of testing or whatnot. So, are you ready for the results?
Hold on. Yeah, no, I am.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be mine, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, maybe.
What do you mean, maybe?
It could be. So my heritage. So so the predominant part of our blood. So one thing I will say, we have in the ethnicity estimate, we have 0 English, Welsh, Irish in our DNA sort of ethnicity. We have none of it. Yeah, we have none of it. So there was nothing to do with Celtic, Welsh, English, Scottish.
Wait, so we're not British?
Irish. None in the ethnicity estimate, no. So 40% of it was Northwest European. So French, Germany, Holland, Belgium, them type places, right? Which I think maybe that's where Celio might come from, the name. Potentially, it might be a French name. Could be something along the lines of that. Predominantly, it was pushing more towards France, right? La France, 40%. 30% of it was, it said Italian, but it put the ethnicity for Maltese. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So 30% Maltese.
20% was, I think I'm getting the measurements wrong here, but I think it was like the next biggest part of the ethnicity was Iberian, which is Spanish.
That makes sense.
10% was Balkan. Balkan is basically what Yugoslavia was. Then Croatia, Serbia, them places, around them ways, right? And then you're moving into like the very small percentages then. So we are 1% Eskimo.
Bro, I don't believe that. Come on.
Listen, it comes all the way from the start, right? So the small percentages are usually where
we start.
Yeah, right? But you know what one of them was, which was pretty cool? It's called Ashkenazi Jew. So we're like 2% Ashkenazi Jew. So basically, Ashkenazi Jew comes from Ashkenaz, who was the grandson of Noah. So basically, we come from Noah's bloodline. So Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
So that's where we come from. So Noah was the grandfather of Ashkenaz, who started this whole Ashkenazi Jew. So that's predominantly Jews are Ashkenazi, but basically we got 2% of that.
I think everybody's like a percentage Jew, isn't it?
No, because obviously, well, if you read the Bible, I mean, everyone.
So I can say Jewish jokes.
People get split apart. No.
Why?
Well, because you're 2% Jew.
So exactly.
What, you can say black Jews because you've got a little bit of Nigerian in you. That makes no sense, does it? But
So wait, I want to keep going. Is that it?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
So we've basically been lied to.
Well, I don't know. What did you think? You thought you was Polynesian?
Yeah, I thought you were like Maori.
No. Not according to this.
So if I did that would be the same, though?
Yeah, obviously. Surely. Well, I don't know. If you want to do it. But yeah, no, the cool parts was definitely the Eskimo. And the...
But it makes sense. Because they kind of like Eskimos.
But yeah, it was only a small percentage, but the Ashkenaz Jew is pretty cool because you basically come from Noah's Ark.
Our great-grandpa was black.
Yeah, I know.
Where has that come from?
I don't know.
That's what I mean. I don't get it.
Could be Spanish. Could be Spanish, you know? So you don't know, do you? But yeah, no, it's interesting though, isn't it?
I don't know.
But it's got like a whole list of like people like you could be related to. So I've got the exact percentages here. So 40% North and West European. That's what I don't think. 30% Italian, 17% Iberian, 9% Balkan, 1.6% Ashkenazi Jew, 4% Middle Eastern, and 1.3% Inuit, which is Eskimo. Interesting, isn't it?
It is wild. Like like you said, like the Middle Eastern part and all that could come from the Maltese part. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it basically says like your genetic groups.
But like the Eskimo stuff has to come from.
Well, it says your
side.
genetic groups Italian, Malta, French. It says England, but in South Wales, but that's obviously where we're from. But on the
whole, we're not British at all. On
the list of it, yeah. It doesn't say anything to do with Britain. Like, Britain not in it at all. Look. Not in it at all. Mad that, innit? It's cool. Sunshine was actually... So, obviously, the dad's from Barbados and whatever. But she's, like, 40% South Asian. So, which I think comes from her mum's side. So, she's, like... Indian, Pakistani, Bengali and stuff. She thinks her granddad might be Bengali or Paki. and she's like 30% Nigerian, because that's obviously where they came from, to go over to the Caribbean. And then the rest of parts of her were like small little things, like Korean, and she had quite a bit of Italian as well. She had like 10 or 15% Italian as well. So yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Like my kid, bro, is gonna be like mental. But you and your missus should do it. So we come
She's
out.
just white.
See if you get the same as me, because that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? All right, as usual, we're going to do a top 5 to finish the episode, because it's a nice little top 5. So actually, and I want to make sure you're just careful what you're saying, right? Don't go into... Don't be all graphic
Smashing
now.
back doors.
No, don't be all graphic now, right? Let's keep it respectful.
No, it's because... but these women who I'm picking are beautiful.
Keep it respect. So basically, what we're going to go off, right, is our all-time top 5 female celebrity crushes.
Yeah.
Should we do men next time?
I'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do men next time.
Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool.
Well, the bold one.
Ryan Gosling in Notebook.
All right, chill.
Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious.
Whiz. All right, so do you want to start or me start?
No, go on.
Right, I'm going to start. So...
Can I guess one?
Go on.
Henry Duff's.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, top 5. Respectfully, because we respect women around here. Shut up. We respect women. No, we respect women. So we're not going to be talking about any sort of derogatory way, okay? So we're basically going off our all-time celebrity crushes, right? Yeah. But they are from certain eras, certain films, certain whatnots. Just looked at them.
I pick mine from films where I've watched the film and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, okay. Right, at number 5, I've got J-Lo in Hustlers, that stripper movie.
I like J-Lo in Wedding Planner. She's so fit.
Yeah, number 5, J-Lo in Hustlers. Yeah. Number 4, Jennifer Aniston in the early 2000s. Yeah. Number 3, Rihanna, but red hair Rihanna.
Oh, I want you to make... Oh,
yeah. Right, number 2, Hilary Duff last year.
Bro, she just done a podcast with Joshua Peck. Oh my god, she's still beautiful.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hilary Duff last year. Then my number 1 all time, the MJ, the Tiger Woods. Number 1, Halle Berry, year 2000.
Catwoman.
With short hair. Halle Berry, short hair. Yeah.
Catwoman was different.
Halle Berry, year 2000.
Catwoman was different.
Different.
I see, like mine now is different.
Go on, just write them off.
I've got 2 of the same. So 5, I watched this film. I watched 2 of the films with her, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm in love. Notting Hill and Pretty Woman. Julia Roberts.
Okay, do me a favour, because it's just better when I edit it for TikTok. Just say number 5.
Number 5, Julia Roberts. Number 4, Rihanna, 100%. Number 3, Salima Hayek. Number 2, I want to say Gabrielle Union. Number 1 is Jennifer Aniston. She is the goat of all goats. I don't care what anybody says. She is the goat. Number 2, for me, is either Nia Long or Gabrielle Union. I gotta put them both in there. I'm sorry.
Nia Long was close. Nia Long was definitely top 10.
Nia Long is.
And Friday.
Yeah, but I like
last year.
Mate, there's so like Taraji P. Henderson.
One baby boy.
Oh my god!
You make me feel good.
She's
that one, isn't it?
Yeah. She is like, and she's a Think Like a Man. Like all them women in that film are just beautiful, man, for real.
But yeah, no, we'll do men next week.
No,
best looking men ever.
No, I want to do top 5 artists, top 5 musicians.
All right, cool.
I want to do that. Because it's gonna be controversial, so.
Okay, but yeah, right, we're gonna wrap it up. Apologies if it's a long one, but thanks for sticking around. If you're here, make sure you like, comment down below, comment whatever you want. Tell us it was a great podcast. Tell us it was a little bit too long. Tell us it was too short. I don't care. Just try and comment for us if you can. It helps the algorithm. Like I said, drop a like. And if you can, we're super close to 100 subscribers. So if you can subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. Any lasting words?
No, seriously though, thank you to everybody that watches, everybody that tunes in, everybody that messages me and just says they're liking it. Like it means a lot, because It just does. It just means a lot. Like, this is something, like I said, we've always wanted to do. It means a lot. I don't want to go on too much because it's already long.
But yeah, at SelioTV and at Michael Celio. Links are in the description. So if you want to drop us a follow, I would say definitely the TikTok is worth a follow on the SelioTV account. Make sure you get involved with that because we do post highlights of clips and different videos and stuff from what we do. But no, we'll wrap it up. Yeah, appreciate if you're watching. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your evening, your morning, whatever time of day it is, and we'll catch you next week.
And as Mick Foley says, bang bang.
I gotta stop.
No.
Put it all on me. You drink for free. Oh baby, you know what I need. Go and get the keys, I can get you anything. Put it all on me. You drink.